Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. This is Joanna from. Where are you from, Joanna? Sorry.
I'm from
Okay.
Poland.
She is my Facebook friend, and she is a beautiful friend. She guides to with me in English. This is Altab Education Wala. Nice to meet you, Joanna. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay. Joanna, can you discuss about your life and your achievement?
About my life? No, that's a long story.
Sorry?
I think we should talk about teaching, right? So I was a teacher. I'm not a teacher now, but I was a teacher.
Okay, you are a teacher.
No,
And
I was in the past a teacher. Now I'm organizing women's circles, like women meetings. That's what I do. And I write books. And I do analysis. I help people, right? Consult. I'm a consultant and writer. I can't hear you now. What happened?
okay. What kind of help you in people?
How I help people?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you repeat your question?
How kind of help you people?
Okay, so I think the question is how I help people, right? I consult people. People come with a problem. Usually women, but not always. And we talk about this problem, right? And well, I also use psychology and astrology to see what's the problem. And I use also education knowledge when I help children. Okay.
In your life, what is your tough in your life in you help more people, I think so. What kind of pupils you are tough to convey, like motivation?
I usually talk to women. I usually talk to women who have problems. Yeah, I usually talk to women who have problems, women who are single mothers, women who are divorced, and people who don't know what to do in life, don't know what the job should be, don't know what's my talent. I help with that.
This is beautiful. Okay. Many pupils don't about his life. Where is mistake? There is a parent mistake, a schooling.
Okay, that's difficult. So you are asking me, what's the problem with education, right?
Now,
What's the question?
I say that what is problem? Like in any person, he know about his life, where I going his life. This mistake, where is father, father, mother, or schooling system are.
Mm. I think it's very difficult to know why you live, right? It's difficult. It's not. It takes you a lot of time to discover what is your talent, what job you should do, what school to choose. You need to take your time, basically, and observe. Like, for example, what do you like to do? Okay. And yeah, observe yourself and see what you are good at. So if you are good at something, it can be you can choose a school like that. If you are good at drawing, you can go to the school to do drawing, right? And then you can be an artist. But yeah, the problem is with mother and father. Sometimes you just don't have money, right? And sometimes it's parents don't understand you. They will tell you, don't be an artist because you will never have money. Okay, so it's difficult. So I don't know, depends on the country where you are living. Sometimes if it's very strong, you want to be an artist, then say no to your mother and father and go to the artist school, right? To the art school and be an artist. But sometimes you just need to go to another school and do art as your hobby, right? And later on, you can kind of join, right? You can, for example, become a doctor like your parents want, but you can draw. And when you make some money and when you are independent, you can become an artist, right? Change your career. All depends. Depends on your family, parents, situation, like how much money you've got, what country you live in. So it's difficult. Like it's never easy to choose your life and like choose the school. It's difficult. You need to be strong, but also teachers can help, right? If you've got a good teacher, for example, good drawing art teacher, he can talk to your parents, right? Or a teacher can, for example, help you find money from the government for your school, right? So depends.
Thank you for good answering me. And Joya, I am second time of talk in English. First time I talk in Kala, and second time I talk to Joya. This is a beautiful and understand. I know I can't. First time I speak for Asian person. I am too much worried because I can't speak English. When we talk about a foreign person, I can easily understand and like this. Okay, what type of you write books and poetries or histories?
One more time. Slowly, right? Tell me one more time the question.
What types of you writing books,
Ah,
poetries like histories or what?
okay. Um, different topics. I wrote 13 books. Okay, 13. 13.
13, wow, super.
And they are like guides. I wrote about education because I was a teacher. Like for 20 years, I was teaching children and adults. So I wrote about education, 2 books, but in general about education, but also about how to teach a child at home, how you can learn languages and teach languages to your children. So it's homeschooling. I wrote about homeschooling.
Super.
Homeschooling. Another book is about relationships, like women and men. How should you talk? What are the problems about that? And I also wrote about grammar. Grammar in a language, like how the grammar works, and how to understand the language better. Okay, so what are the sounds? Like what is the alphabet? What is the meaning of words? But also about structures. So all about grammars. I've got like 4 books about grammar. Polish grammar, but also French, English, and Polish. Okay, so comparing. What is the difference? Polish, English. Okay. Yeah, so that's more or less that's it. And there are other topics.
Okay. What do you write in book? Like you are 30 books writing in writes books. What is your favorite book? What you write?
Now, what I'm writing now?
Yeah.
Now I started a book about how to teach grammar well to children. So it's a grammar book for Polish children. But I didn't finish. I had to stop, and I will write next year.
Okay.
Because it's difficult. And now I'm preparing cards and games because I use them for meetings with women. So I don't have time for writing. Okay.
Okay. You like help and guide women only for your countries or other countries like Pakistan. Any woman guide you?
No, I didn't start it yet. I think I'm not ready because I've got a lot to do in Polish. So I do lives, transmissions in Polish on Facebook and YouTube, and I write books in Polish. I will translate. I want to translate in English, and I want to do lives about all those things, about education, about men, women, relationship. But I think it will be, I don't know, maybe 2024, because now I'm moving to Peru. I'm in Poland, and I'm in a relationship, and I'm going to Peru. So next year I will be starting my new life, family life over there. So I will just write a book and nothing else.
Okay. Okay, inshallah, your life is going too good. We are praying you, Joanna, in your this writes in books. You write in use to social media, and what kind of you write books, and you can't you answer me. I actually in this time both of world use in social media. I think not used to maximum not used to books. I think so. And in your life, you use social media like Facebook, YouTube, and can our life is easy used to social medias?
It's complicated. Your question is complicated. Now, I think we have two lives, right? We live in reality. We have our family. So you've got your wife, I've got my husband, I've got my children, I've got two sons already. So we live with our family like this, right? We talk. We don't need social media or internet. We should talk and touch, right? And embrace all that and talk in live. And yeah, this is most important. But social media is also important. I use Facebook and YouTube for doing my business, right? And I can help people, like we can talk now, or I do consultation online. I'm not going to meet somebody even in another city because it's easier to talk online. And I talk to Polish people, Polish women, for example, that live in another country. For example, a Polish woman can live in England. I don't go there. We just meet online. We talk online. So just internet and social media make our business easier. It's easy, right? And it's cheaper. So we should use it, right? It's cheaper. I don't have to buy the ticket to go over there, right? So it's the business is better and cheaper. So yeah, we should use social media and YouTube and do all that. Yes, it can help us. Or for example, if you've got family, when I go to Peru, I will talk to my parents by the I don't know, the messenger or Zoom, right? So it's very useful. It's good, right?
Yeah. Yeah. In this time, I think social media and internet is very important for every person. In school, in this time, I'm in school. This is Rehan School, and in Pakistan. In Rehan School, there is 200 students are. And there are many groups like forest wala, solar wala, and energy wala, and different walas in our school. Inshallah, we will prepare to and give them like education wala, like solar wala. They are besides life, what you we do in our life, and we are going in now we are practice good, and our childs and students very harmful to use in mobile phone and internet. And like if Rehan not run the school and not involve subject in internet, I think I can't use Facebook, YouTube, and other. Like you are a teacher and you write a books, and I am a teacher. I am just teach to any subject like I teach physics. I can't use to social media. When first time I use social media, there is difficult to me, and in this time I am very happy because I test a lot of people, and a lot of pupils teach me, and in this time I talking to English language. I can't teach. I can't speak English if I can't use to social media, and I make a friend in Rehan and for region, and I talk in only English. This is my like, and I can't. I am easy speak. In Rehani school, we are prepared to and set her person to goal, and every student make a video in Delhi. There is a one pirate, and they go to studio. There are make a studio, and they are go to make a video about his wala, like education wala, forest wala, like this. And this is, I think, first time I listen, and I am working like this school, and every child, every student happy and easy do his work and easily understand. We a lot of we used to go YouTube. Every child learn easily to see watch movies, watch videos, and like this is our internet entertainment and education is like. So in your life, you are a teacher. What kind of student, and how do we can easy convey education in student? How do we set our child in goals?
That's impossible. Okay. Can you hear me? Yeah. No. No, this is very difficult. Like, okay, so your question is like, how do you give goals to children? That's what you say? This is a difficult question because education is difficult. I would say you need to be very much in present when you are a teacher or a director, right, of a school, or a parent, because you need to see like how is your child, what kind of child you've got. Children are different. One is more would be running more like sports, right, and more agitated, and the other will be calm and will like discipline and will like mathematics, all that. So I think first we need to see what child we've got, what is his character. Like when you've got a class, or when you've got your children, like 1 or 2 or 3, then you need to see what children you've got in your class or in your home. what are they? What is the character and what are the talents? That's what I did. When I was a teacher and I was getting a class, I was teaching English or French or Spanish. And I was teaching small children, very little, and big, as till 18, right, or more, and adults. But children, I look, who is this, right? So what are their talents? If they are good at English, like easily learn or not. So what problems they've got, what talents they've got, and what character. Are they quick? Are they slow? Like what is the character? And when you know that, it's like you've got one goal for the whole class and you've got goals for each child normally, right? So one goal for the class is, for example, you've got this book, or for example, you've got mathematics or English, or you've got English, right? So you want, for the whole class, you want all children, for example, to know present simple and know some dialogue. For example, speak about yourself. So what's your name? Basic stuff. So it can be first class. So that's your goal, to teach them basic dialogue. Tell me about yourself, for example, basic dialogue. And your goal can be that they know this present simple. Everything speak in present, speak in present. So this will be your goal for everybody, for the whole class. But then you can have like private goals for each child normally. So, and it depends how you set. So the question is how you set the goals for each child. You need to know your child. If one child, for example, is very good at English, then you can teach him present simple, present continuous, present perfect, like he can be faster, right? And he can, I don't know, watch movies, for example. But if another child is weaker, then you set another goal. Then he will learn less words, and he can do other stuff. Maybe he will draw something, or maybe he will prepare something else in English. You just vary. You change. Goals are different for each child, basically, right? It's like that. You can have one goal for the whole class, but then each child different goal, because you imagine that this child can learn this much, and the other child can learn this much, right? And it's okay. You don't really, I'm not so much for putting marks. I think you should set goals with the child and kind of praise him, right? Give him, how to say, support him. Like say, this is good what you did, right? And not really shame him. Like the other is doing better and you are doing worse. No comparisons, I would say. Every child has individual goal and individual process of learning. This is for small children, right? For kind of, when you've got a teenager, then he can have some more goals, because like what we are talking about, a teenager will want to have a goal, something bigger, right? So maybe he wants to be, I don't know, an actor. So you can use his goal in English. If you want to be an actor, okay, so learn this, for example, scene from the movie and show it to us in English, right? So that's, you need to be creative. If you've got a child who is an artist and his goal, personal, is to be an artist, then I would say, so draw something. Maybe you will draw a map of England, I don't know. Or maybe you will draw something, right, connected to English. Or maybe you will do the cartoon in English. Okay, so that's depends. Your question is very big. Okay. Yeah. Are you there? Yeah. I think something. I think I've lost connection, or what happened.
Acha, so yeah, I think so.
Yeah, we are losing connection now.
About his talent, and this is biggest mistake in our life. Like both of student, both of teachers don't about his talent. And I think in Pakistan, we are first, we are going to do a job. If we cannot move to job, then we are going to teach any school. And there is a problem. First, teacher don't about his goal, and the teacher don't about his talent. Just be going to a school and go and teach. And every student his own talent, and he don't about his talent. I think good teacher can easy to see talent in every student, and teacher is easy to convey and his life goal. And both people can not easily understand mathematics and other like English, just, and somebody easy to make graphic designing, like, and if we can don't pass matric, don't pass to intergraduate, then we go to other way. I think every talent is his name is education. We use our talent, and we use and we see our goal, and first we go to try, and we are go more, try again, we can easy to do this. And there is a school I practice in more students. There are many talent in students. We cannot see what student want. Yes, we go to teach mathematics, science, chemistry, physics. Every student cannot learn about like this subject, and other feel like in this time you can easy to write books. More pupils easy to students make poetries, and make beautiful graphic designers, and make good supporters, can easy to go to and support in life, and make and goes to film industries. Every child can not easily see his talent. We should to every school, and we are how student show his talent, then we can easily decide it, what student want and what student can easily do it. I think. In what is your opinion in what I am saying? I think you can easy understand, but I cannot properly speak English.
It's okay. No, I understood you. You were talking about talents, right? It's not such an easy topic. Yes, every child, every person has talent, but not really one talent. We've got many talents, but not all talents are visible at once. If somebody is good at drawing, you normally see. All talents which are artistic, like if somebody is good at dancing, then you will see this. If somebody is good at drawing, you will see. If he's good at information technology, IT, it's visible. Or mathematics, you will see. But if a child is good at, for example, he can be medium, not so good at mathematics, not so good at Urdu, not so good at English, but for example, he can be good at, how to say, talking to people. And this is also a talent. And this is difficult, for example, because there are children that are like mediators. You know, they just talk, and it's a little more difficult. For example, they will be good for like a politician, right? They will be a politician because, for example, they want to do good. They want good for the whole class. But the problem is that, how to say, sometimes they, do you have this thing that there is like one leader? Those children usually want to be a leader of a class.
Yeah.
Yeah, they want to be a leader of the class. And normally those children are not so good at mathematics or languages, sometimes at languages, communication, but normally they are good at relationships. Like they will join people together, they will be leaders. And the talent of a leader is difficult because,
Difficult.
for example, those children are naughty. That sometimes they are aggressive. They are parents don't like that because they
Yeah.
are talking, right? They're talking. They are discussing everything with parents, and there are some children who are just put down. You know, the father will say, "Don't talk like this to me," and all that. So that talent, I've seen that those children, they've got this talent, but this talent is kind of put down, and they don't want to talk because they are scared, right? But that's also a talent for people, like for connecting people, like doing like projects, being a leader, something like that. And those talents are more difficult. Like all talents that are not connected with subjects, like not mathematics, not sport, right? Not languages, not literature, then what can you do, right? And
Yeah.
yeah, that's a problem. And sometimes those children are like for business. They are like doers, right? They will just, they don't know anything well, but they can kind of connect people and they do a little here, 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 and they've got the business, right? So all connections, they know people, I know how to organize stuff. So the talent for businessmen, like business and connecting people or psychologists, it's difficult. Usually you will not see it at school. And those children are often naughty because they will talk too much. But that's also a talent, right? That's difficult. That's what I think. This is called a talent for human activities, right? Human relationships, relations. But yeah, but sometimes teachers forget and parents that this is also a talent and it can be a job. You don't have to be a doctor or I don't know, musician or artist or mathematician,
Engineer.
scientist. You can be just people. I don't know, have people skills, right? I think so. This is the most
Collaboration.
difficult. Yeah, for relationships, so can be. But those people usually this is such a difficult. It's difficult to choose the job, right? Because at primary school, nobody will tell you that you will be a psychologist or you will be a coach or that you will be, I don't know, politician. So what to do? I usually say, okay, but you must be good at something. So probably you are good at communication. So do internet technology or do literature. Okay, just go do it. Go study that, and then you will be businessman. Or go study mathematics, and then you will be businessman, right? Because you have to choose something, some school.
Right. Juliana, I ask another question with you. Every person like his country and love his country, and I think you like and you love your country, and another old country you love and uh, like you know about another.
You need to repeat your question. I didn't get how to love your country, or what's the question?
Yeah, I say that every person love his country and like his country. And what is your what you like your country, another country, and what is
What I
different
like.
between in your another countries like Pakistan?
Okay. uh, I've been to Pakistan. You know that, right? Or not? No. Um, okay. I was born in Poland. So Poland, like Poland, not Holland, Poland, in Europe is my country. It's my hometown. So I love it, and but I don't love everything. But I love the language, for example, and the culture. Um, but um, I like traveling, and I think there are two kinds of people. There are people who don't like traveling and they stay in one country. They just feel good in your country, in one country, right? Their country. So then they never move, and that's okay. And there are people who are just movers, like travelers, and they like to get to know other cultures. For example, I like languages. Okay, I speak English, French, Spanish, and Russian. So I like to learn languages, and I like to learn the culture of other countries. And each country, I like any country. Okay, everything is interesting. So, but I don't know. It's a difficult question. Like Pakistan is different from France, for example. But each country has something interesting, right? You can go to France because they've got good cheese. Okay, cheese. Or you can, I don't know, in Pakistan, there are beautiful mountains and landscapes, right? And I like, for
English in
example,
Pakistan.
yeah, in Pakistan. And yeah, and for example, the architecture, like those. I don't even remember names, but the architecture of those old palaces and some even cemeteries. It's very interesting, and the food is good. Food, right?
Pakistan.
Yeah, in Pakistan. So also, in fact, for me, Urdu is interesting because it's connected to Polish. Do you know that? Polish, Urdu, and Hindi came from Sanskrit and connected to other languages, but came from Sanskrit basically. It's connected. And Polish is also connected to Sanskrit. So we've got similar words, and the pronunciation is similar. For example, in Polish, we say we've got this sound sh, and German people and English people can't say it, sh, right? But in Pakistan, you can say it. You can say it, right? Sh. For example, my diminutive is Asha, and English people can't say it. And normally you should say it. Can you say it? Asha. Yeah, that's it. You can say shh. And this sound, this sound is in Sanskrit. Okay. And so therefore in Urdu and in Polish and in Russian, all countries around Poland. But it's not in English and it's not in French. So we've got this connection, and this is very interesting to me because I like languages. Okay. But other countries also. I now go to Peru because it's, I've got a husband over there, but the culture and philosophy is similar to Slavic, to Polish. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Joanna. Every person is on a mentor, or every person on a favorite personality. Who is your favorite personality?
What is what? What is my?
Yeah. Say that have every person is a mentor. Every person has on a good personalities. Who is your mentor?
I
Who is
don't
your
have.
yeah?
No, I don't have a mentor. I don't have now. Mentor is like a teacher or inspiration, right? So I don't have anybody now, but I have like many people or books or philosophies or philosophers that inspired me. Like, for example, I read a book and it was an inspiration. I'm not going to say names because there are lots of Polish people, right? Polish writers that inspired me when I was at school or when I was studying literature. So many writers inspired me by their lives and what they did. But there are also philosophers, like, for example, I like Krishnamurti also because I like his ideas, but I liked also that he created the school, and the school was liberal. It was a kind of free. It was like a free school, and when I was teaching my children, and when I was a teacher at school, I was inspired by many psychologists and scientists who talk about the brain. It's called a neurobiologist, right? How the brain really worked. So I was inspired by that. For example, there is Glenn Doman, a guy like that, who was teaching disabled children. And he talked a lot that if you teach a child when he's small, he will be very intelligent later. If you have good relationship with him and teach him. So it was an inspiration. But I don't have any like mentor now, and I don't read many books because I'm writing myself and I'm old. I'm 48. So, but inspiration, yes. I look at Facebook, right? And I see many people do lots of interesting stuff. They've got businesses. Like I still look what Rehan does, for example, and it's inspirational, right? I look at other teachers, other mothers. It inspires me. I don't think so. We have to have like a mentor, one only, because we can have many. Okay, you can learn something from your mother. You can learn something from your father, from your brother. To me, my children also are my teachers. You know, my child, my son is 14 years old. And when I talk to him, I can learn stuff, how he thinks. And when he's becoming independent in saying, no, I won't do it. So I'm just learning patience, you know. Yeah.
What is your favorite dishes?
Favorite what? Dish? Favorite what? Say again, please.
Again, what is your favorite dishes?
Dishes to eat.
Like what is your favorite dishes?
Say it again. Say another words. Because dishes to me is something you eat.
Dishes.
Dishes?
Yeah.
Like what you eat? What you eat?
What you like to favorite dishes?
So what you like to eat, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't care much about food. Okay, spaghetti, but dishes, right? You talk about food or not? I like lots of stuff. I don't have any favorite. I know what I don't like. I don't like seafood much. I don't like when it's too much. I don't like raw too much. I like cooked food. And yeah. When I was in Peru, they were eating fresh fish, like not cooked. It's like in sushi. So I don't like that. Okay, I didn't like that.
I think so. Thank you, Joanna. Lot of thank you. I am lot of learned about you, and second time I talk to foreign person. Really, I am lot of happy and lot of thank you, and lot of thank you. You give me your good time.
Thank you.
And my last question. What passes you what I am improve in my life and I am do good.
No, okay, I don't know if I got you. How to, like, what you, I don't know what you should do. I don't know your life. Because everybody has his own purpose and goals. Like, maybe different.
Yeah, I like message me like I am education wala. I am work on education.
You're a teacher, right, or not? Are you a teacher? Yes. So the question is what, how you could improve yourself as a teacher, right? That it's like the question is for everybody. A teacher, education wala, is it's a difficult job. Difficult, very difficult. You need, yeah, it's basic. It's your knowledge. And this never finishes because, for example, if you are teaching mathematics, mathematics changes. So you need to learn all the time. When I was teaching English, all the time was learning. So a teacher should always learn. You can learn from your from the students, or you can learn yourself. For example, when I was teaching English, I was all the time watching movies in English and improving my English, right? My English is American English. It's not so good for British. I don't have a British accent, but I decided I want to speak in American accent, and I was improving. So you need to improve your knowledge and your skills. And another thing for a teacher, I think, is to be patient. Patient, because they are teachers who want to, like, they come to the class and they have, I need to do this lesson, and I come and do the lesson. I just tell you all I know, but that's not always efficient because you need first to come. That's what I was doing. You come, you see what class you've got, and what is the atmosphere? What are the feelings? Like, are they happy? Are they sad? So first, when you come to the class, you just chit chat. Like, how are you? Like, what's up? Are you sad today? Or did you prepare your homework? Why not? Like, what happened? Maybe something happened in the family. Maybe, I don't know, there was it was rainy and you were sad, whatever. Or you had a fight with your brother. So everything is like chit chat, right? And then when you've got this chit chat and you've got this relationship that all the children are like open, relaxed, and happy, more or less, then you do the lesson. Right? And then you do the lesson to them, like to them. Because if they are not open, if you don't talk to them, they will not listen. Or they will like, maybe 5 will listen and the rest will do the other stuff. Right? So that's it. Like, all the time you need to kind of be better in your subject. But the other is like, kind of be a better person, right? Like, understand the other persons, like listen more than not only talk. Some teachers only talk, don't listen. Yeah. So I think that's big for a teacher. It's difficult to listen. I think that's the most difficult, because you think, I don't have time, only 45 minutes, we have to do the test, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So you need to kinda, I don't know, manage all that. It's a teacher is a very difficult job. So good luck.
Thank you so much. You are good message me in my life. I think, and inshallah, I will improve in my life and I use these formulas and I'm doing to try to good in my life and try to good to education system and like you taught me and you lot of teach me. Sometimes we can talk and lot of learn. Today is my wonderful day. I am lot of learn with you, and you are happiness girl. Every time you can respond to your good, and I think you are a good and wonderful teacher, and you are students. Thank you.
Thank
Today is, I think we are going to, and I am a lot of yours in your time, and you are give me a good time. Thank you, Juliana.
thank you. Thank you all. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Good night. Good day, good night.
I think you go time to in weekly. I think you give to meet the time. Really, I can easy and lot of run with you. I am requested you. You teach me and improve my English.
I didn't get that. Yeah, when you're speaking, you are learning English as well, right?
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Good time. Good night. Have a good dreams. Allah Hafiz. Goodbye. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Well, I don't know how to start. Leave, I guess.